Hello, Grow Your Future students, and welcome to this short video, which is all about using AI for interview prep. AI is all around us, and we really want you to make use of this when it comes to preparing for your career, making applications, but it does just come with a few warnings. So please be aware that employers can tell when you are using AI, and they get hundreds of applications, they read through, they do hundreds of interviews, they know what they're looking for. So please don't just copy and paste information, and please don't use any personal data unless you've got a specific license that does otherwise. So please be aware of what you are putting into that system. So that's just a kind of pre-warning to all of this, is that just be wary of using AI and your personal data. So, one of the ways that you can use AI to prepare for interviews is that AI can do a mock interview with you. So you can practice interview questions. Sometimes this is nice because it's almost like a low pressure way of doing it, and a way to build your confidence and improve your responses. Sometimes this is through typing, so you can type things down and answer the questions that way. Some platforms will let you do it verbally, so you just press like a record button, and it records your answer and then gives you feedback or asks you more information. So it's more realistic to an interview setting. So again, there's a prompt that you can use, but what's really important here is to add as much information that you have got about the position, about the company, any information that is public online, and that will make it more specific to the AI system, and then the interview will be more tailored to the role. The second thing that you can do is you can ask AI to come up with some question ideas. Sometimes it feels like there is a lot of questions that could be asked, but sometimes that you don't know how to answer them. So this can be specific to a role, kind of like the mock interview, but just giving you the questions, or specific to a skill or a competency or a culture or a value. So for example, here you could say, write me 10 interview questions to demonstrate the competency of working together. So thinking about that specific skill. Or alternatively, other one says, write me 25 interview questions based on this job, and you can add that information in there from the job that you've already got, and it'll come up with some application and some interview questions that you can use. So I'd really recommend using it just to come up with some ideas. Sometimes interviews feel very unknown, and that is so okay. But in this, you kind of want to see the options that might be asked of you. Again, don't take this as absolute truth, but it'll just give you some ideas within that. The third thing, which can really help, is sometimes we know our own stories well. We know the examples that we're going to tell. We know the experiences that we have because we've lived them. We've got that truth within us. But sometimes it's hard to tell them in an interview. It can be hard to talk about yourself, your experiences, and think about how the skills relate to that. So you can use AI to improve your stories and to make you sound more confident or more professional. And you can also use it to link to your skills in any way possible. So for example, I've got 4 prompts here. So you could put an example in that you have and say, help me turn this experience into a strong interview answer using the STAR framework, the STAR method. The second thing, you could write down your examples and say, rewrite this to make it sound more confident and concise. And you could also ask it to give you some skills. So what kind of skills does this answer demonstrate? Or you could just talk to it generically and say, how can I talk about an academic group project as an example of teamwork? A few different ways that you can use that system to be able to improve your stories as well. And then finally, sometimes you can get support with some of those really tricky questions. So if you get really stuck on a certain question, you can use AI to be able to give you some examples and to think about how you might answer those uncomfortable or difficult questions with professionalism and positivity. So, for example, one of the questions that I know a lot of students find hard is, what are your weaknesses? It's hard to explain that in a way that is professional, polite, and positive. So you can use AI to give you some examples of how people might answer that question, to give you that little bit of inspiration and moving forward as to how you might be able to talk through some of those examples and interview questions in the future. And there are, I'm sure, loads of other ways that you can use AI within interviews, but I just wanted to highlight these ones as a way to get that further support. Now, I would say that please do also use humans. Like you are going to have humans that are interviewing you for a mock interview. So you can have a mock interview or we can just have a conversation about interviews. But please do come and speak to us because we can offer that human perspective on things. Obviously, AI is AI, so your interviews might be through AI, but you will also very likely be interviewed by a human. So make sure that you actually utilize us and get some of that human perspective as well, because there are things that AI can't pick up on in the same way. So you can book a mock interview through Careers Connect, or we can just book a conversation where we can talk more about interviews as well. Again, you can do that through Careers Connect, or just send us an email at growyourfuture@lancaster.ac.uk, and we're here to support you within that. So if you've got any more questions, please do just get in touch with us. We are absolutely here to help. You can book appointments through Careers Connect, send us an email, contact us through Teams. We've got our phone number as well that you can contact us on, and we will love to hear from you soon. So thank you so much for watching this short video, and we hope to see you soon. Bye bye.